Hola amigos, this is Somvir and welcome back to CodePipe. Today we will see how to make a to-do app using JavaScript. First of all, let's see what we are going to achieve. This is what we are going to achieve by the end of this video. This is a simple to-do app. It has some basic HTML, CSS and very basic JavaScript. You can say that this is a beginner level or the first project that you do as a JavaScript learner. So what it can do? It can add a task. If we click here, it will add it. If we want to strike it out, we can just click here and it will strike this out. If we want, we can delete it. So this is the basic functionality. Without wasting any time, let's skip to the code. I'm using Visual Studio Code as usual. And if you have seen my previous videos, first of all, we will make a logic. Then we have our index.html where we will put our basic HTML file. Then we will style this HTML using style.css. And finally, we will use script where we will put our JavaScript code so that we can add the functionality of a to-do app. Also, if you want to see how my VS Code is set up, what extensions I am using, what are the basic files required and everything, there will be a video on the top right screen of the corner as a card. Please have a look at that. But if you have your own setup and everything, you can continue watching. The logic will look something like this. The user will be able to add a task to a list. User will be able to strike it out once the task is complete, or we can have the functionality of deleting a task. Also, we can provide errors wherever possible, like we cannot add one empty task or something, so we can use errors wherever applicable. Now let's make our index.html file. This will be a very basic HTML file. Let's change the title to do app. Inside my body tag, I have this HTML code which is very simple. I have a container inside which I am using a card with a heading of simple to-do list. I have one input and button to add a task. Then I have a division where I will add all the tasks. Now let's see how this is looking on our web page. I'm using an extension Go Live which helps me put this on a local server. For that, we will go to this index.html, right click, and we will say open with live server. So this is how our HTML file is looking without any styling. So let's put some styling. In our style.css, I will paste some style here. No need to worry about what style I'm using. You can use your own style, or if you want, you can copy my style from the GitHub repository. The link will be in the description. After this, we will include this in our index.html in meta tags. So I will say link CSS. I'm using style.css as my name, so I'm keeping it as it is. Let's save this and check our HTML page, and our web page is looking like what we wanted. But if I add something here, this is not working because we have not added any functionality as of now. So let's add some JavaScript functions. In our script.js, first of all, I will use strict so that I'm not using any undefined variables. Now what we will do is, first of all, we will define all the variables. Then we will add event listener to the add button. We need to have function of strike through and deleting. These are all the basic steps that we are going to do. So let's define all our variables. The variables will look something like this. Now I have both my code and web page on the same screen. So add task button is this button. Task to add will be this input area value. Task section will be a division where we will add all the tasks, and error text will be something which will show just below this input area. So let's start our code with adding event listener to this add button. So I will say add task button dot add event listener. I want it on click. Now first of all, we want to take out this input value. So for that, I will use this task to add. We already defined it on the top, and then we are taking out the value. So let's try to log this. I will say task text. But before trying it on our web page, let's go to our index.html and put our script on our meta tags. I will say script with source, and source is script.js. Also, I'm going to use defer here so that my script and my HTML file are loaded simultaneously. Now let's open console on web page. So I will say inspect, go to console, and here we have our console. So let's try something. I'll put random words, say add, and we are getting the value of our input text. As we have our input text, now what we need to do is, I will create a new division element and I will put some HTML into it. So the code will look something like this. I'm creating a division which I am calling div el. Once our division is created, we will set one ID and also set classes for this division. So let me define this task ID also on the top. So where we are defining everything, I will say let task ID is equal to 0, because we will be adding more than one task. So we need to increase the task ID after each addition. Inside this division, we will put our HTML text, which will be a checkbox, one label and one delete button. That will look something like this. So what do we have? We have one input for the checkbox class, then we have a label, and then we have a button. Obviously you can use your own classes and own IDs and everything, but I'm giving one ID, that is task ID, to all the division, input, label and button, so that I can take them whenever I want to manipulate them. Our division containing the task is ready. Now we need to put it in the division that is available just below this form. So what I'm going to do is, first of all I will check if the task text that we are taking from the input area is empty or not. If it is not equal to empty, then we will add task. If it is empty, then we will show error, and here I will say blank. Now for this add task, we are just going to put this division into the main division. This will look something like this. First of all, we are hiding the error text if it is already present from the previous attempt. Then we are using task section dot prepend. We are using prepend here because we want to add all the new tasks on top of all the other tasks that are already available in the division. Then I am again making this input as blank, and I am also increasing the task ID so that this ID can again be used for next task. And if the input value is empty, I will show the error. To show error, I just have to remove the class hidden from our error text division. So let's try it out. If I don't put anything and say add, it will say please enter a valid task. But if I add something and click on add, it is adding my division in the main division. As of now, we are able to add our task, but next two steps are adding the functionality of striking if we are checking it here, and the delete button. Here there is one confusing thing. As we are adding this division from our add event listener, if we make functions outside this add event listener function, we are not able to handle the DOM manipulation of the added division. Maybe I am missing something here, or this is the way. So I will make my other functions inside this add event listener only, because at this point we are adding this division in the main division and we can access them from inside this. Here I will make a function for checkbox, which means if I am adding any task here, I want to take all of these checkboxes and add event listeners to these individual boxes. So first of all, I will define them using this. I will say check buttons is equal to document query selector all dot checkbox, because we are giving the class checkbox to our inputs. Once we have all our check buttons, I will say check buttons dot for each, so that I can add event listeners for each of the button. That will be here. I will say button dot add event listener. On click, I will pass on event as the argument. In this function block, I will take out the ID of this checkbox, because using that ID I will also take the label and the button. Let me show you. So first of all, we will log e.target and let's add something here. And if I click here, we can see that the ID is input 0. And if we check our elements, let's check for this label. Here we can say ID is label 0. So this is input 0, label 0 and button 0. So to take out the ID from this e.target or event.target, I will use this lines. It will take task ID using e.target.id, and I am splitting them using the input, because this will be input 0. So I will remove input from this checkbox. Now we have our task ID. We can take out the required label using this ID. For that, I will use this. So I'm using document.getElementById. I'm using label and the TID we just derived. Once we have our label, I will see if this checkbox is checked or not. If the checkbox is checked, we will strike through the label, otherwise we will not. So for that, below this we will use a if condition, which will look something like this. if e.target, which is this checkbox, if it is checked, I will say label.style.text decoration as line through. If it is not checked, we will say none. So let's save this and check. Let's add 1 or 2 tasks. I will click here and it is tracking through. If I remove this, it is not. So this means our check button is working fine. Now let's make the function for delete button. We are going to use the same thing for delete button also. So let me paste the code here directly. The code will look something like this. First of all, I am declaring the delete buttons, which is query selector all task delete button, which is added to all the delete buttons. Then I am using a for loop instead of for each, because in for loop we can use a break statement, but in for each loop we cannot use a break statement. And as soon as we find which button is clicked, we want to break the loop. So I am using a for loop here, and I want you to experiment with for each loop also. If it is working fine for you, you can use that. So coming to our code, it is just a normal for loop, and I am adding event listener to all the buttons, taking out the ID using the same thing we did for the input check button. Then I am taking out the task division, because if we click on the delete button, we want the whole section to go away. So we will take out the task division, which we will get using the task ID. And once we have our task division, we will use task section, which contains individual task divisions, and I will say remove child. So this will remove this particular division from the main division. And once we do that, we want to break it out of the loop. So let's check it out. I will add any random task here, or better, let me put some other names. I will say add task 3, add new task, add. And if I delete this task 3, it is deleting. I will say task other to be deleted. It is deleting that without any errors, so we are good to go. At this point, our to-do app is completed. But if you have watched the complete video and if you are here until now, please allow me to take 1 minute of your time. I actually have a course on Udemy that is about web development, but that is on Python framework using Django. In this course, we designed and hosted Django e-commerce website from scratch. As you can see the course content, first of all, we designed UI and UX. We designed front end using HTML, CSS. We designed backend using Django. We hosted the website on cPanel. And at the last, I also tried to explain some mistakes and what could be done better. So have a look on this course. The link will be available in the description. Also, recently I have monetized my YouTube channel. So if you are a budding YouTuber and programmer, wants to show your talent on YouTube, so you can use this cool tool, that is TubeBuddy. It is officially YouTube certified. It is backed by many of the famous YouTubers. It has many cool features like advanced keyword research. It can cut your publishing time in half by providing a template for thumbnails. It can help you rank higher in search results using SEO. It can help you track all your views and subscriber count on your mobile and on your social media accounts. The link for this is also in the description, so please have a look. I hope this video was informational and useful to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you are coming here for the first time, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and push the notification bell to not miss out any videos. We will meet very soon with a new video. Until then, this is Somveer taking your leave. Adios.